is good, horror horde? This is your boy Horror Gamer back with another video for you. And as you can tell by the title of this video, this is another Is It Worth the Hype? Now, if you're new to the channel, basically what Is It Worth the Hype is the opposite of Is It Worth the Hate. Your boy Horror Gamer takes a movie that's been unanimously loved by critics and by fans alike, and I give my personal opinion on it. What I think, is it really worth all the hype that it gets, or is it kind of like an overrated thing, you know? And I do got a decent one for you today, but before I get into that, just know that your boy Horror Gamer's Is It Worth the Hypes have spoilers in them all day, every day. So if you haven't seen this movie, go check it out. Come back, let me know in the comment section what you think, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me, whether you enjoyed the movie, or whether you hated it. But anything beyond this point of the video is on you. So, alright, with all that being said, as you can also tell by the title of this video, today's Is It Worth the Hype? We're going to be exploring a movie that got such raving reviews, and their sequel was supposed to come out last year, but then COVID happened and put it back. So, the movie I'm talking about is A Quiet Place. So, is A Quiet Place worth all the hype that it gets? Does it deserve that seat on the hype train? I don't think so, okay? And I'm just going to be brutally honest. This movie, in my opinion, was boring. It had potential. It did. It had potential. Like, the first 10 minutes of the movie, when they took out that monster, took out that kid, I thought, holy shit, they're going for something here, you know what I mean? Because you don't see kids depicted in death much on screen anymore. You know, I mean, I know they're starting to do it a little more now, but back then, when this movie came out, you didn't see that much. So I'm like, okay, so they're going for something here. Let's see where this takes us. And then it took us to nothing. Okay, I get it. They lose the kid, and then it's like a year later or whatever, and the sister is beating herself the fuck up because, you know, she gave the kid the batteries that made the sound that got the monster that took out the kid. Okay, the sister's deaf. It has the guy from The Office in, John, I forget his name. He was awesome in The Office, and it also has Emily Blunt. And two great actors, you know what I'm saying? Well, a great actor and a great actress. It's just, for me, this movie fell a little short. I mean, for one, the plot was stupid because it started off, you didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like, okay, it just started off day 1, day 2, day 100, you know, blah, 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 blah. You don't know anything about what's going on, just that these monsters are basically taking over everything. I guess the sequel is like the prequel at some point to tell you what's going on, and then it goes into, you know, the sequel. Like, it's just weird, and it was so boring. Like, 90% of the movie they weren't talking. And I get it, you know, I guess, you know, I'm not smart enough to enjoy a movie where they can act with their hands and stuff, but you can almost tell that the writers and the director knew that they were losing people, because it would be quiet, 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 bam, loud noise to scare you to jump, quiet, 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 bam, loud noise to scare you to jump, quiet, quiet. It was just so boring. It was, I'm not gonna lie, I did doze off a couple times during this movie, because it's hard to be enthralled in something when, one, you don't know what the hell it's about. You have no idea what the fuck's going on. You just know that there's these monsters out there killing people who make noise, okay? 2, there's no talking. It's basically a silent film. And it's not even a good silent film. Like, I could watch Nosferatu, and they don't talk in that, but it's a good movie. It's a good silent movie. I could watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame. They don't talk in that, but it's a good movie. You know? This wasn't a good movie. This needed some talking. And they did talk, like, here and there. I think maybe at most there was like 10 minutes of dialogue, if that, in an hour-and-a-half movie. But the critics loved it. It was something new. And, oh, plot twist. They lose the little boy, so what do? They go ahead, have another fucking baby. So she's pregnant throughout the whole movie. And I'm just like, that's stupid. Why the fuck would you get yourself pregnant if you just lost a kid who makes noise. Now you're going to have a fucking baby? And I guess that was their idea of throwing a little bit of tension into the script. Like, okay, you gotta get ready for the birth of this baby, but you gotta do it quietly because baby birth, I guess, isn't a quiet thing. So I get what they were doing there, but it was stupid. It was something that really didn't even need to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, actually, it kind of did need to be in there because if they didn't have that, the movie would have been shit. Like, because it wasn't that good. And this movie, you can tell it was made for the critics. It wasn't made for the fans. Like, it was a critic grabbing movie because it just wasn't good. It wasn't a good movie. It was boring. It was just bleh. Like I said, the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie were the best parts. Everything in the middle was just fucking boring filler, you know. And if they didn't add the story of she's pregnant and they're getting ready to have a baby during this time, the movie would have been a flop. It would have been just an hour and a half snore fest. Luckily, I had Movie Pass at the time, and I didn't have to pay for the fucking thing. Because if I would have had to pay to watch that when I watched it in theaters, I would have been pissed. Because they made it look so good. And then what you got is one of those things where Hollywood just throws out the best parts in the trailer, and then what you get when you watch it is just nothing but garbage. That's basically what A Quiet Place was. It was just like an hour and 40 minutes of fucking just snore fest with like 5 or 10 minutes of okayness, you know. I personally didn't like it. I think it's definitely overrated. So, all right, Horror Horde, I'm just gonna stop right there. And if you can't tell by now during this rant, is A Quiet Place worth the hype? Absolutely 100% not. Don't buy into the hype, in my opinion. Just watch it for what it is. If you like boring movies, then this is for you. But if you're like a true horror fan, this is millennial bullcrap. Like, this is fucking let's make the critics like us bullcrap. So, alright, Horror Horde, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with that dingly ding ding button. That way every time your boy Horror Gamer throws up one of these, is it worth the hypes? And after you're done doing that, don't forget to head on over to the Horror Gamer Patreon. I'll leave the link in the description below and see what kind of cool perks you get with being a patron. I just added another one. Every month starting in February, I'm going to start having monthly giveaways on my Patreon. So all you have to do is be a patron. That's it. And you're automatically entered. And every month we'll have a drawing, and one lucky person is going to walk away with a cool prize. And as we get closer to February, my first prize, it's going to be an epic one. I picked it out already, and I'm waiting for it to go live. So I hope you guys are excited about that. And then after you're done checking out the Horror Gamer Patreon, run on over to the Z Network and see what kind of cool perks you get with the Z Network as well, because it's a cool place where all our creators got together and just made something fun and something different. It's not just horror, it's a little bit of everything rolled into one. So definitely check that out. You get cool perks out there because you get awesome stuff like, you know, reviews on non-horror movies and stuff like that. All kinds of fun stuff. So, and then after that, just know I love you guys. Always love you guys. You guys are my Horror Horde. I love you guys with all my heart. So with all that being said, Horror Horde, thank you. I love you. And until next time, this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, as always, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.